Welcome, latest Motley Fool scoreboard. I'm on in Chock Balloon. We've got longtime fools Dan Gaplinger and Toby Bordelon giving a 1 to 10 rating to a top 100 stock in the Moneyball database. It's Duolingo, ticker symbol DUOL. First, we'll rate the strength of Duolingo's business, including factors like industry and competition. A 10 is invincible. A 1 is hopeless. Dan's at a 5. Toby, you're up at a 7.
Yeah, it looks good to me right now. They're the leader in the space. Brand seems strong, well known. The competitors that might jump to mind are all along the lines of, that used to be maybe a good way to learn a language, but that's in the past now, right? They're all yesterday's news.
Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, right? This seems like a business that could be easily disrupted with AI, though, right? So that gives me pause a little bit here. What happens when AI translators are built into phones and even, all of your ear pods, right? Do you really need to learn a language? Will there be an audience for the product? But they're expanding the other areas. You got math, you got chess, right? Who doesn't want to learn how to play chess better? But the competitive and disruption risks they're just too great for me to go higher than 7.
Yeah, I'm coming in at more of a 5 here, and I think my concerns about AI are a lot stronger than Toby's are. I just feel like the company, they've embraced AI for production of lessons, but those lessons have become more repetitive. I think the experience for members, I'm a member, and the upsell experience, it's off-putting. It's really distracting from the learning experience. And I'm just concerned this diversification into other areas like chess, it just seems like a desperation move, trying to make the most of brand recognition while they have it before these AI disruptors really start to kick into the space.
I'll be curious if the social networking aspect of it and can kind of make it differentiated enough. It seems to be working so far, but to Dan's point, AI is a real concern. For management, a 10 is Warren Buffett, a 1 is Homer Simpson. Dan's at a 5. Once again, Toby's much higher at an 8.
Yeah, I'm starting to think Dan doesn't like this business from the scores he's given. I really like what the founder and CEO, Louis Bonan, has done with this business. There are some education companies out there that have been decimated by AI and LLMs. On's embraced it, using AI to quickly expand features and product offerings. He's forward-thinking, and I think it shows here.
Yeah, I gave it a 5 because I see Von On's moves as backfiring. There was this news item about cutting back on the use of contractors in favor of AI-produced lessons. That was handled really badly. And, Von On seemed surprised at the level of pushback that he got from members, even longtime streak holders, about that move. And even now, it's he's tried to backpedal from it, but he just hasn't been really great at dealing with the criticism involved with that. I count on a CEO to be able to handle that kind of thing in moving forward with their strategic vision.
For financials, a 10 is a fortress, a 1 is yikes. Both of you agree finally. You both have 8s, Toby.
Now we're talking. Yeah, growth has been great for this business, right? 41% revenue growth year over year in Q2. Bookings were also up 41%. Daily active users up 40%. Monthly active users up 24%. Paid subscribers up 37%. Those are really good numbers. Net income almost doubled. They have a lot of cash on hand. Cash flow is solid. No long-term debt. I do not love where the stock-based comp is. That's something I would watch. But the rest of the growth is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I went with the 8 here because I can't argue with the past financials. The growth has just been exceptional, and it's solidly profitable now, impressive free cash flow. Everything's going well for them now. It's just that future that I'm really worried about.
Dan, let's look at valuation. I've got guesses on what you're going to say for the next 5 years of stock return and how safe it is. A 10's a sure thing. 1's a lottery ticket.
Yeah, I was pretty lower than I usually am. I went 0 to 5% average annual return over the next 5 years and a safety score of 3. And I'll tell you, my score would be worse, except that we've already seen a 50% drawdown in the stock. Duolingo, I just feel like it's almost in a lose-lose situation looking forward here, because if artificial intelligence takes off, I think that alternatives to Duolingo are going to outperform it. But if artificial intelligence fails, Duolingo's kind of gone all in with the AI first strategy, and so I just don't really see the way out for them.
Yeah, I went with 15% plus here, and that's really a statement on what I think they could do on the potential here. If they get this right, the stock could go much higher than it is right now, and quickly. Safety, gotta go 4. Because if they don't get it right, or even if they do get it right, and technology or just general vibes moves against them, look out below. Heck, the stock fell during Duocon not too long ago, just because of a general disappointment over the features they were talking about. They weren't awesome enough, right? The optimism really seems to be built into the stock, and that is dangerous to me.
Thank you to both Dan and to Toby. They've given Duolingo a low overall score of 6.1 out of 10, but Toby's much higher on them than Dan is and could see 15% plus returns, albeit with a lot of risk baked in. This is one of the harder companies for me to try to figure out the future on, and you kind of see that when Dan and Toby disagree as much as they do. Look out for a new scoreboard every market day at 7 p.m. Eastern. Next up is AbbVie. Till then, full on.